So I'm not sure if you're the type of person that might have done some stuff with sweep picking. Typically the way that I learnt some of this stuff was with little shapes like this, little arpeggios, and you would gradually turn those into like 6 note per string, 6 note sweeps. So you'd start with 3 notes. And gradually get to the stage where you could do these bigger kind of sweeping shapes. And I've not done any of this stuff really for years, partly because I found that there's a limited kind of use for these kind of things just because of the way that they are kind of super diatonic. And so for instance, you know, you can't necessarily play that and sound anything really much more than an F major arpeggio. And it all ends up sounding to me a little bit cliched. So the things that I've been messing around with in kind of C major that I like the sound of is doing like a no thirds but 9 arpeggio. So for instance, in C you'd get a C, a G, another C, a D and a G. Or you could add in that E there if you really want to. And there I'm tapping a C at the top and a B at the top. Aside from that, what can we do with this stuff? So I think it's worth knowing that you can, in fact, take this kind of 9 shape and use it anywhere along the pentatonic scale. So if you're in C major, you can think about it as an A minor pentatonic. Use it here on the A, so it's like an A9, and then we've got a C, then on the D, you need to modify it for the E, because you would have an F sharp there, but instead we're going to use like a G. So that ends up being like a straightforward E minor. And then you can use it on the G too. And you can use it on the F as well if you want to take it into that hexatonic territory. Work on the B, but you could figure out your own sort of arpeggio that you want to use for that. So as I say, what we're doing is targeting the root, then the fifth, then the root again, then the 9, and then the fifth again in the top. Like a descending thing and slide at the bottom. And I think it's got quite a cool little sound. So yeah, have a little play around with that. Hopefully this works, because this is the second one I've had to film. There's been like a reflection going into the camera, making it very difficult to see anything. So try that slowly. You could add in more notes or whatever you want to do to try and get a rhythm that works for you. I'm trying not to be too prescriptive with it and trying to sort of be a little bit free with it. But yeah, you can use that particular arpeggio on any of those pentatonic notes. So if you're in C major, you can do it from the G, the A, the C, the D, or the E. It's got a slight modification, but I think that sounds quite cool. I'll put together a Patreon lesson of this, and that was what I was doing in the intro. I think it's kind of sweet picking that sounds a little bit more versatile than the more traditional kind of straightforward arpeggio shapes, which can be a little bit limiting in terms of where you can use them. Hopefully that was useful. Catch you in another video soon. The backing track go on Patreon as well as the tabs. Cheers.